You ever get that feeling like God is just writing a new book? Like, yeah, the Bible is finished and final, but like he's I can't explain it, and I know some people gonna hate it because some people don't like to think that God would do a new thing, but I feel like God does sometimes. But either way, I have a story, and I spoke on this in one of my older podcasts. But the title of this one is gonna be "Throne to the King," and so this is the BIYG podcast. If you haven't, like, share, subscribe, comment, whatever platform, follow. Please do all of those good things for me. And yeah, let's just get into this. This should be quick. I'm gonna try to be real quick with it. So this is another eighth grade year story, and in this, I'm gonna cut a lot of stuff. There was the new girl. I told this. She came. There was kind of conflict between me and her. Really, I'm not trying to point fingers, but it was really like God was allowing the enemy to test me. There was like a another moment in my life where something was trying to get me out of advancing into the next season of my life, and this would have been major. To someone it may not, but to go from the eighth grade into the, high school, that's important. And so there was a thing, a demonic delay that was trying to occur in that moment, and it couldn't prevail. And so in this new girl, there was also a new principal. And so this girl, she had favor with the principal, and I something came to me, but I kind of forgot it. But it seems as if so, it's as if though sometimes someone else's favor may be your dilemma. And you know, I mean, you just got to trust that God won't bless another person and harm you in the midst of it, especially if you're his child. And, I thank God because that's exactly what happened. She didn't get harmed. She actually, she's prosperous, and I think she's winning at life. And I thank God for that. I feel that in my spirit. I'm glad. I thank God that what happened. And I know her, I experienced life with her, and even the principal. But, let's get to the story. So me and this girl had a few run-ins, and I think it was like the third time where I had gotten in trouble. And so instead of us both getting in trouble, it was just me, and there was an accomplice with me as well that was kind of in the midst of it, but it seemed that God had allowed me to be targeted. And so in this third instance, I was made aware that if I had gotten in trouble again, I was gonna be expelled. And so that this is the first time that I had ever heard that in my life. In my life, getting expelled from anything. And not even in high school. In high school I did the same thing, but the hand of God was over me. So yes, God. But no, and so this third time I was sent to in school suspension, and the principal told me to stay there until she came to get me. So okay, I try to obey command. I try to obey authority. I stayed there probably about 3 days, and I don't remember what day exactly it was, but I know on that, I think it was the fourth day, maybe the third or the fourth day, the in school suspension teacher, I loved her. I know her, she was so sweet. She knew me. She just as I was so shocked as to why I was there. And she asked me, no, I think I asked her, do you know when I can leave? Or I don't know how the interaction came about, but somebody brought it up. Either it was her asking me why I was in here, or me asking her, do you know when I could go? And so either way, what the conclusion we came to was, she said, well, I don't even know why you're in here. And I was like, well, I said, if the principal don't come get me tomorrow, I'ma leave. And she said, well, I don't blame you, because I don't even know why you in here. And so, and to think about it, yes, the principal, she walked me to in school suspension and didn't say anything to the woman sitting in there. So I was just sitting there. I was just there. And they were bringing me my work every day from classes and stuff like that. And it was kind of sad. It was kind of like, Lord, what have I done? What have I done to be punished like this? And I think I was too young to really understand it, but it was when I got in high school that God brought it back to my mind. That and because something else had happened in high school, and I'm gonna share these stories too, but it was a lot of things that led me up to seeing that God was forever going to be with me, and God was not gonna let any moment in my life triumph over me, no matter what people said, thought, or believed about me, that it was not gonna prosper. And so, it was in that moment I titled it "Throne to the King" because just like with David, no, Daniel in the lion's den, when the people plotted against him and they made him disobey, they made him act out of not well, they made him act out of character, even though he was acting in character. He was in the character of God. He was doing the things that was right, and he was not going to back down just because man had made a rule for him, made a law just to catch him off guard, just to catch him in a place where they could make him wrong. And so, thrown to the king, being thrown to a lion. A lion is known as the king of the jungle, and I'm kind of a little uneducated on the Lion of Judah. I don't know if we are the Lion of Judah, or if Jesus was the Lion of Judah, or if God is supposed to be the Lion of Judah. But it still came to me that I was thrown into a place, and even the guard knew that it couldn't keep me. And not saying that the teacher was evil, not saying that the teacher was good or whatever. There's a lot of scenarios that God fed to me, but one was that no matter what situation or circumstance you had gotten into, especially if it wasn't your fault, you got to know that God is there with you, and that even those demons, those imps, those witches, whatever, curses, hexes, it doesn't matter. Even those things that people have tried to place over your life have no power, have no weight. They know what you carry. They know that they cannot condemn you and keep you here forever. But it's up to you. It is up to you to use what God has given you, your legs and some other things. I'm not just talking about physical legs, but use what God gave you and get yourself out of there. The king is coming for you. Now, the principal didn't come for me. She forgot I was in there. She forgot I was in there. Now, what kind of principal that is, I don't know. But that next day came, and I came out. I came out of there. I didn't go back. She saw me in the hallway. She didn't say nothing. And there's many things that I could come up with but one thing I would say, either God blinded her, made her forget, or it was really just an experience so that I could come to this conclusion that there is no cage that can hold me. Not so I can go into beast mode, but because there's purpose on the inside of me. And you will not delay what God has ordained in my life. You will not prevent it. It will come to pass. And honestly, for anybody that feels that is, you know what I'm saying? Don't let these circumstances be what holds you back forever. Get yourself up and get out and get back to what you're supposed to be into. Get into that place. Get into a room. Get into that room that you're supposed to be in. I was missing, education. Although I was getting my work, I was missing, interaction with other people. I was missing so much because of an instant that I really had no control over. And you know what? I had to come to terms with, no, we are not to be angry and do things out of anger. But even God, God, if God made me in his image and God has wrathful moments, I shouldn't respond out of anger. But there are things that God don't like, and if God don't like certain things, then it's okay for me not to like it either. But I had that's for me. I don't know who that might not be for anybody else, but I'm not gonna condemn myself for loving someone so much that I get in an altercation or get upset with them and have a heated debate or argument with them, and then it's okay to go back and say I'm sorry. Like with Noah and the ark, when God flooded the earth and then the rainbow, there was anger, but then a promise and then a peace. So, I'm not saying I'm God, but I'm not going to sit here and ignore things that happen in my life. But that's not where this is coming from. There are things that are trying to prevent you from getting to the point, getting to the place. And I don't want that to be the case for anybody. The door's not even locked. The door's not even locked for some of us, for a lot of us. But we sit there because we think there's no way out. We think if somebody don't come and save us, if somebody don't come and get us, then we won't be free. But that's a lie. That's a lie. Even the guards, the people, the demons watching, the people that have you in this trap, even them witnessing you, they know they can't hold you, but they don't say anything, because if you don't realize it, if you do not see who God has called you to be, then they're winning. They win. But sometimes you gotta be rebellious. You gotta rebel against the systems of this world, or you gonna be stuck. And I thank God that he gave me enough favor to rebel against authority that was wrongly placed on me. Cause I sure did. I got up out of there. I got up out of there, because you can't hold me. You can't hold me. And I'm not saying that I'm in like this arrogant way, but God loves me. I am chosen. I am called. Girl, and just thinking about that, I'm not mad. I'm not mad, but I know that God allowed it to happen, because there's somebody in this earth that doesn't know, that they think that it's outside of them, but it's in you. God is with you. It is in you. The keys to your success, the keys to your love, the keys to your peace, the freedom that you are looking for is in you. But you can't let what somebody said about you imprison you for the rest of your life. Because I could have stayed there. I could have stayed there for months. Who knows when she would have got me. But my thing is, she saw me and didn't say nothing. Didn't you put me in here? So if I leave without your permission, then ain't there supposed to be a repercussion behind that? And that's what favor looks like. The new girl had favor, but I also had favor. And it is something that I'm glad happened, because now I have a testimony. I have another testimony. There's so many testimonies that I have, and I'm going to continue to have more, because I know that God wants to use me, and I want God to use me to speak to people, speak to my people, speak to people who have gifts, who have talents, who are called to be more than just average. Because let me tell you, and this might be bad, this might sound bad, but I grew up around a bunch of people who were the same. And I was really one of the only people that were different. There was not a lot of people that I can get around. And even with people who had these superficial differences, they weren't different. Their spirit was the same. And yes, we're all spirits, but you just know it when you know it. You just know it when you know it. Nobody had a vision, a dream enough to express it and say it like I did. And I was ridiculed because of it. And I'll share that in a video too. But my thing is, free yourself. Free yourself. And you have the power God has ordained you to, but you gotta trust God in the moment. Sometimes it'll happen and you won't even believe it's God. You'll think you're just being a bad A, or you're just going against the grain, but a lot of times it's God. Cause people, we want to paint God to be this soft, this delicate, this loving. God is wrath sometimes. And it is what it is. I mean, people can act crazy all they want to, but child, sometimes God does anoint people to bring you your trouble because you're not doing what you need to do. God does bless someone to bring chaos into your it's probably going to sound bad, but I'll just have to read up on it. But that's something that I believe, and I know. I'm sorry. It is what it is. But that's all I'm going to say. Just understand that no matter what they say, their words, their actions, nothing that a man can do can keep you from the promises in the next dimension, in the next aspect and area of your life. Stay positive. Keep that with you. Spread it wherever you go. My name is Blue. If you didn't know, love yourself and love others. Love yourself enough to let God do a thing in your life. Love God enough to trust that He is not going to forsake you, slay you, leave you there to die. And because that's what He didn't do that to me. He didn't leave me. And it's still days where I can still see He ain't doing it to me. So I'm going to get off. Thank you for watching.